goes, Dada, we don't care. We want Dada. I'm just like, yes. I need some kids. I want 4 kids.
I feel you. You said 4? I can only do 2. Maybe 3. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're just going to do the show.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jay the Creative.
And I have chosen to be Angie HBK today. No more, well, not no more Johnny. Let me not say that. Always Johnny. But, you know, Johnny is like the Shawn Michaels of NXT right now. So, yeah. So Angie HBK.
Angie HBK. And this is episode 106 of Culture 316. As you can see, I'm wearing my Bianca Belair shirt. Because it's the beginning, it's the end of Black History Month, but it's the beginning of Women's History Month. Timing. God's timing. It's everything.
This is Black History Year?
Black History Year. So it kind of works out.
This is Black History Millennia, so Black History just continues.
So the next 1,000 years is just going to belong to us.
Listen,
but
why you ain't tell me who's wearing WWE shirts today? Oh, you know what I have on? Give me a second.
I just thought that was just
Whoa.
I like how you're saying this when you're taking off the shirt. I like how you're swimming.
Wait. Okay.
And doing the theme song at the same time.
I am the man.
He is the man. I respect it. I was going to wear the man shirt today as well, but then we wouldn't have matched.
Dang. We would have matched.
We would have matched.
Ridiculous.
I
like Bianca Belair, so
yeah.
I love her.
I love Becky Lynch. Hey, we want some Becky. Anyway, so we're here to talk about possibly the best week ever in WWE.
Well, in this era, more best week.
I think since the new era, since NXT's been on the air, since 205 Live's been on the air, this has been the best week of WWE program that we have ever had.
Yeah, we still had some kind of kinks,
Absolutely.
And, like SmackDown not having a women's match.
Or not having Johnny Gargano. But we could just start.
Exactly.
We could just start with Raw. Number 1, Roman Reigns is back.
Yes.
Roman Reigns is back.
He's in remission.
He is in remission.
That is so great, and they're going to turn him heel now.
And that's going to be perfect, too.
No. How long did Vince McMahon spend to get this guy cheered? They're gonna pull the most Vince Russo thing of Vince Russo things and turn him heel.
But I feel like him turning. What else is there for him to do as a face?
He can go to SmackDown.
No.
Yes.
I mean, he can go to SmackDown.
He should go to SmackDown. I'm over him being on Raw. Stop fighting for the Universal Championship. No one cares.
This is a fact. I mean, I think that's going to be Seth's belt come WrestleMania season.
Yeah, and I feel like they need to split up the Shield at this point.
I think Roman, absolutely. But I think Roman is going to turn heel. But for now, let's just enjoy the fact that he's back and he's in remission. So shout outs to Roman. We're glad that you're back. We're glad that you're healthy.
Yes. Honestly, I've had family members who've had cancer before.
Right.
So, just for Roman to come back and just be like, and he's only been gone 4 months.
Literally.
Well, no, it's actually been a little bit more than that. October.
No, I think it was 4 months exactly.
December, January. Okay, yeah, so about 4 months.
It was late October.
Yeah.
When he made his announcement, and now it's late February when he's announcing his return back.
Yeah, so it's only really been 4 months. And here's my thing. I have something to say. So, since Roman has been gone, a lot of people have been thinking that this was a work.
Yes, I saw that online.
Roman just came back. And, this week, leading up, from last Thursday when they announced he was coming back and everybody kind of seeing, there was that Instagram post where the trainer was training for his in-ring return. Everybody has been thinking, I wouldn't put it past Vince McMahon to do this, or this would be a work. Let me just put something into perspective for you. Vince McMahon cares about one thing. All right? I'm going to show you what he cares about too.
Money, if y'all didn't get the context clue.
Vince McMahon cares about money. Why on earth would the biggest wrestling company in the world A publicly traded company.
$1 billion company.
$1 billion company at what? The last time we saw it was like, what, $18 a share?
Yeah.
Why would they make fun of cancer when they have sponsorships with
Susan G. Komen.
Susan G. Komen, which, however you may feel about them, Connor's Cure,
Which is their organization.
which is their organization for kids with cancer. Be a Star.
Which is a bullying campaign.
Make a Wish. What do most of those kids have?
Cancer.
Cancer.
I think beyond that though, I think people need to understand that leukemia doesn't come in a specific form. There are different forms of leukemia. There are different
forms.
stages and phases.
Exactly.
And you can be put into remission, fairly easily in some cases it's not as easy. So I encourage people, instead of to just think that it's a work, to do your research on leukemia and what it means to be in remission.
Instead of thinking that it's a work, why don't you do your work?
Yeah, do your work.
Do your work.
Research.
Do your research. Stop being dumb and just writing stuff on Twitter just to write stuff on Twitter.
And on top of that, if we want to also talk and it's a work and this, that, and the third, I don't think a wrestling company is looking to let go of or whatever their biggest star. Now, I don't think it's a secret. Roman means ratings, and these past 4 months have probably been the lowest Raw's ratings have ever been, like it or not.
People watch because they want to boo him.
Yeah, people watch either because they want to boo him or they want to cheer him on.
Listen, he was there at SummerSlam 2017 when everybody was booing Roman. I was like, Roman, I am a fan of you. He can tell you.
I can. And I was also there at Mania when they booed him, even though he kind of was carrying that main event.
Even though that match was really boring.
It was horrible.
And I was on my phone.
That was a horrible match.
Horrible match. It was just really not a good match.
To the point where when like the bell rang and we were like, what?
Everybody was so excited because the match was over. It was just like, yo, we've been here for 5. Like, when you really think about it, we sat in our seats for 7 hours.
It's insane.
Because, like, they put up, by the way, happy 5th birthday to the WWE Network. WWE Network, for the 5th birthday, they put up the whole show of WrestleMania 34. And that show was like 5 hours and 18 minutes long.
We were there before the main show.
We got there at like 5. The show starts like 5. We got there at like 5:30.
Yeah.
We waited online to get in. We had to go look for our seats because the concourse of the Superdome is
enormous,
terrible.
And on top of that, I had to go get my food, and that shrimp was popping as hell.
Oh yeah. We're getting off topic. One thing I just wanted to say that if you think that Roman Reigns' cancer was a work,
you're a work.
Unfollow Culture 316. Delete Culture 316 from your life. Take a magic eraser to your brain and erase Culture 316 from your memory. Because I think that you are an idiot.
But we're going to move on.
I said what I said.
Now, that was the beginning of Raw. Roman announcing that he was back. Seth Rollins ends up joining him on stage. Dean didn't. Apparently, he was very, very emotional backstage. So we're not going to get into that. The night goes on. One of my favorite segments was the Moment of Bliss segment with Finn Balor and Leo Rush. Corey Graves is hilarious.
Love Alexa Bliss.
Oh, same.
Let me explain something to you. I don't like Alexa Bliss when she's facing Sasha. All right? That's the only time I don't like her. But I love her. Let me explain something to you. The look of disgust and the way she threw the cards
when Leo Rush's
music hit was the greatest thing. It was absolutely everything. Alexa, and there was like a little clip of her that she put up on Instagram of her doing some like cool little spot. I'm glad that she's working toward, getting better. To me, she's not the greatest wrestler,
But she's not the worst.
She's not terrible. She can be carried to a great match. But, this little spot she did, I was like, I was like, heard you, gymnastic mamas.
Gymnastic mamas.
Gymnastic mamacita.
But with that came a Finn Leo Rush match for the Intercontinental Championship.
That was a great match.
And that was a great match. I'm glad. Is Leo officially out of 205 Live and just on Raw?
I do not know.
I don't know. I don't even know if he's in this 8-man cruiserweight tournament to determine who's going to be the number one contender for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, the match is going to be on the pre-show.
But it's probably going to be better than the majority of the matches on the main show. So
True. But it's going to be on the kickoff. They should really get a spot on the main card.
they should. I feel like they may. But
But then what do they put on the pre-show unless it's like a
women's battle royal and the men's battle royal?
And then they got to have 3 matches because they always have 3 matches.
They're probably going to do SmackDown. No, not even. Probably Raw tag team titles.
That would suck.
But hey, it is what it is.
Whatever.
But going from that, we go later into the night where Roman and Seth, start off by saying Elias, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Boring Corbin.
Boring Corbin.
Were attacking Seth Rollins, I believe it was?
No, Dean Ambrose. Because earlier in the night, Dean Ambrose declared to have a match with, he interrupted Elias, declared to have a rematch against Drew McIntyre, no disqualification.
Right.
And then, he did his wacky Dean Ambrose comedy and hit Elias, whatever his name is, the Drifter. Hit the Drifter with a
Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds, and that caused, all types of chaos.
And then Roman came out with Seth to make the save. However, Dean was not joining them on stage.
They never even looked at him.
They never did. They were just like, all right, we're gonna.
Apparently, plans are in effect for there to be another Shield reunion at WrestleMania. I'm so over it.
Yeah, it's too many reunions.
2 failed attempts. The first attempt, Roman Reigns was out with Metalingus.
Honest day.
And then the second attempt, Roman again got Well, this one obviously isn't funny. This one Roman had to leave due to,
actual serious
cancer.
Reasons. Yeah, leukemia.
But
So I don't know what to make of that, but apparently it's going to be for Fastlane is Roman and Seth versus Drew, Baron, and Lashley, which I'm not looking forward to.
It should be Roman. But then wouldn't Bobby Lashley be fighting for the Intercontinental Champ? Who faces Finn for the IC Championship?
Well, we don't know that yet, but remember, there's no automatic rematches.
You're right.
So that gives
that. You know what? I forgot about that rule.
There's no automatic rematches, so it's like it doesn't. So he doesn't automatically get a rematch.
That's kind of stupid.
It is, but it also isn't because I don't want to see another Finn Bobby match.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm over that. Now. I can see Finn versus Elias. I can see Finn versus a bunch of other people. Finn versus Leo was a better match than Finn versus Bobby. Hot take. Quote me on that. Don't at me though.
I'm gonna at you and say agree.
But
agreed.
But so moving on from that, Becky Lynch got arrested.
She got arrested. They did the Stone Cold
arresting spot
with Becky Lynch, which it was cool.
It was cute.
I mean, poor Natty. Natty's just always getting beat up.
Yeah, facts.
Innocent bystander Natty just always getting beat up for no reason. Always getting beat up. Like, poor Natalia.
But in addition to Becky actually being arrested, not only does she have a shirt of the mugshot, but Ronda Rousey laid the Raw Women's Championship down at the feet of Stephanie McMahon because of the opportunity that was given to Charlotte to main event WrestleMania. I'm interested to see where this goes.
I think they're gonna give the title to Becky's son.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
That's bad funny.
All these girls is my sons, Mamiana, Beckyana. That's it.
So it'll be interesting to see that. Well, when y'all tune into Raw tomorrow, we'll be able to kind of see if that's true.
Do you think they're gonna? Do you think Vince is gonna present the title to Charlotte?
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
That would honestly, though, I would love that.
That's such a heel move.
That is such a heel thing to do. Like, present the title to Charlotte and just be like, you vacated the championship. You laid it down. So the new Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair, and then Becky comes out and ruins the coronation.
Right.
I think what they're gonna do is make it an elimination match. They have to.
They actually have to do that.
Because I could see Charlotte going in as the heel champion. I love her. I love Becky's son so much.
Becky's son.
They're both Becky's sons. She had to go pick them up from daycare.
Yo, Ronda has been clapping.
Daycare Rihanna.
Yo, Ronda has been going off on Instagram pertaining to Becky too. We're not gonna get into that.
Listen, but
she
Becky won.
She be using that UFC rated R language. But anyway, so we go through that.
Becky put her husband's face on. Please just go read their Twitter exchanges. It's the greatest thing on the planet.
Ever.
The greatest.
But we go to the end of the night because they've been building for this Ric Flair's 70th birthday. And oh my God, this is just genius storytelling. So they bring out Sting, they bring out Hunter, they bring out Angle.
And Ricky Steamboat, I thought was pretty cool because he was chopping everybody and then he goes and chops Seth. I thought that was so dope.
Yeah, so they brought back Stinger. They bring everybody out and they're waiting for Ric Flair and they cue his music, and then all of a sudden we see a big brolic looking dude dragging a cameraman to Ric Flair's dressing room.
We all knew it was Batista.
The camera hits and it's Batista.
It's Drax.
And then we see him dragging Ric Flair by the collar of his suit jacket onto the middle of the hallway. The camera pans up at Batista and he says, "Do I got your attention now, Hunter?" And then Hunter runs out to the hallway to tend to Rick, and that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Which was a perfect way to end the show.
Let me tell you something. It was 8:55 and they were running. It was 10:55 and they were running their little video package. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know where they were going with it. And then when I saw what actually happened, I was just like, oh, this is good.
I was like, all right, y'all running this little video package, but
it's about time.
It's about time for y'all to be finished.
So, essentially, for those of you who are unaware, just go back to the 1000th episode of SmackDown, where Batista called out Hunter, and Hunter kind of didn't really pay it that much mind. And it was just like a little playful tension, whatever. But this kind of shows that he was kind of dead booty. Now we're going to move on to SmackDown. I don't have any notes written for SmackDown, but I do know what happened for SmackDown because I watched it. So we start off with a contract signing. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston's in the ring, thanking the WWE Universe for all their support because that is what's leading to Kofi Mania. As Kofi signs the contract, Vince comes out, says that Kofi doesn't deserve the spot, but he knows somebody that does, and that someone is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens comes out, signs a contract, and at Fastlane, we have Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
Here's my thing. I think we all know where this is going.
Absolutely.
Kofi is going to get the shot at WrestleMania. But they just did this. Like, they could have done a way more creative way. We could have gotten there in a way more creative way.
Well, here's the thing, though. Because even though Vince made the announcement that somebody was getting replaced, I don't think that it's a copy and paste of the storyline.
It legitimately is.
The reason
Not the storyline, but of what he did.
Very true, but at the same time, I also think that the biggest difference between even though Vince came out and made the replacement, I feel like because of Kofi's case and because of Becky's case, these stories are going to be treated very differently. They're going to have very, very different projectiles. Reason why I say that is so Vince came out and said, "Becky, you have a bad attitude. You think you're bigger than WWE." Came out and said Kofi is not qualified. And when you look at those two different spins, they're going to cause for two different types of projectiles via the story.
Right. And you're not wrong. I feel like both stories are definitely not, it's not the same story.
Right.
But we're getting there the same way.
Right.
They could have done it as to where, this is ages old, but they could have injured Kofi. They could have had Bryan injure Kofi and they needed someone to replace him ASAP. Bang, enter Kevin Owens. If they wanted to keep Kevin Owens babyface, they could have done so many other things.
And I'm so glad that KO's babyface.
The fact that they used, I figured he was going to be babyface when they had Bobby Lashley beat him up all those months ago. But I just feel like they could have done it differently. as far as the story itself, I think the story itself is going to be pretty dope. Like, I'm really excited for, Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. I feel like the only time they've really had a match with each other is the tag team match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Kevin Owens came up when Bryan was injured,
and he was the general manager of SmackDown.
Yeah, Bryan had just got re-injured.
So now that we're getting a one-on-one match, it's going to be very interesting.
This is going to be a very interesting match. Kevin Owens, his matches are good, but they're, it depends.
Matches are great.
His matches are, they're great, but like his matches with AJ in 2017 were kind of hit or miss. So,
very true.
Like, I don't know.
So then that leads into the Hardy Boys reuniting to take on the Bar. Now, the Bar, Cesaro was scheduled to face Johnny Gargano, but the Hardy Boys came out, and number one, Matt looks incredible. Matt looks better than he's ever looked in his entire career. Now, he's tight because Johnny HBK didn't come out, but I'm going to tell you why I did not mind the Hardy Boys coming out, because they were in Charlotte, and they won, and that makes sense. I also feel like if they're going to do something epic with the SmackDown Tag Team titles, I can see the Hardys versus the Usos. That would be incredible. You're still mad over Johnny.
Anyway, so what else happened on SmackDown?
So
I stopped watching after I realized that, because I heard a rumor that Sasha Banks and Bayley were supposed to be on SmackDown, and then they weren't. So I was just like,
So then we have Charlotte coming out, cutting a great heel promo on Vince giving her the Raw Women's Championship. Not going to get too much into that. You can watch it all on WWE.com. And then we get into
a great match.
Yeah, it was a great match. Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Nakamura and Rusev.
They had a great match with the Revival on
Raw.
It was a quick match too. Like, I think I don't know if they got their time cut or something like that. I heard a rumor or something like that they got their time cut.
Time cut or not, they've been putting on really good matches.
That Arn Anderson DDT was so awesome.
It was a good tribute. But Nakamura and Rusev lost because Aleister hit Nakamura with a black mask.
A crazy black mask. Like, he was running in.
Bang.
I want to wrestle Aleister Black then.
I just love the way that the black mask is, because it's just it cuts you off so quickly, and there's no way to kind of recover from it.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
And then your spirit animal.
My spirit animal.
Kevin Owens
and Kofi Kingston. Yeah, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston team up to take on Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And KO and Daniel Bryan win.
Kevin Owens.
By Kevin Owens hitting a stunner.
And Kofi Kingston. Not
Kevin
Daniel
Owens
Bryan.
hit a stunner on Daniel Bryan, and then they get the 1, 2, 3. First of all, I want to thank Daniel Bryan for not being a stingy WWE champion and not being afraid to be penned and get other people involved and other people activated so that they can make main event players on SmackDown. He's not afraid to take a pen. He's not afraid to lose a match. And he still looks like an interesting champion. So thank you, Daniel Bryan, for that.
Hot take. Sir Wilkins. Shout out to Sir Wilkins and the
Jobber Tears
podcast.
I know where you're going with this, and I agree already.
Daniel Bryan's little 3-month reign that he's had has been exponentially better than AJ Styles' year-long reign from last year.
Absolutely.
I said what I said.
I feel like he is. I feel like that definitely is true. I don't feel like it's better than AJ's heel reign. Definitely is better than AJ's face reign.
AJ's heel run was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
That was such a fun reign. AJ, it was really bad because they had AJ wrestle Daniel Bryan They had AJ wrestle Nakamura and Samoa Joe 847 times.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, I don't want to see this anymore.
Also, I forgot to mention, in a triple threat match.
The best match on the show.
The best match on the show.
Are you freaking kidding me? I totally forgot.
R-Truth, Andrade, and Rey Mysterio.
Dude,
in a triple threat match
is so
funny.
Much fun.
And let me say, so what happened was R-Truth came out with Carmella, said that when he was a kid, he watched John Cena, which is hilarious considering that Truth is older than John Cena. And he wants to issue an open challenge. So Ray and Andrade get involved, and it becomes a triple threat match for the U.S. title, and it was a great match. They literally came back from commercial, and it was just a crazy spot in the making.
It was like spot. It was not like spot in a bad way. It was like spot, but it made sense.
They did a freaking. Ray did a Hurricanrana on Andrade from the top of R-Truth's shoulders, and it was insane.
And R-Truth didn't like fall. He didn't like the spot. It was like so perfect. Oh my gosh.
And so
R-Truth is so freaking great.
And then we go. So he
did the John Cena.
He did the 5-knuckle shuffle.
5-knuckle shuffle. That was so great.
It was so much funny, and he ended up picking up the pin, which I'm glad that they're doing because R-Truth is getting a good reign.
At least he got like one good defense.
Yeah, one good defense in there.
Oh no, we got two. Didn't he defend it against Rusev?
Oh yeah,
right after
he did.
Won. He got like two good defenses, and because
he beat Nakamura and then he beat Rusev in the same night.
I don't think he's gonna retain past Fastlane.
But hey,
if he does, I can see them doing like a ladder match.
Technically, he's beat 4 people for the title: Andrade, Ray, Nakamura, and Rusev.
True.
So I mean, he has a good run. But let's move on.
Yeah, let's talk 205 Live.
205
I know you watch it. I don't.
So we
Not in a bad way, though.
We had 2 first-round matchups because there is now an 8-man single elimination tournament, and the winner of that tournament is going to go on to WrestleMania to face the unstoppable Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. So the first-round matchups included Tony Nese versus Kalisto, as well as Brian Kendrick versus Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese walk away the winners of this week's matches, and they will be heading to the quarterfinals, I believe it is, of the tournament.
There's 8 men.
There's 4 new men, but I don't.
Yeah, semifinals.
Semifinals. There's 4 other men that are going to be announced, I believe, next week on 205 Live. And Mike Kanellis is supposed to be having a match. By the way, I love how they're building up Mike Kanellis. Overall, a solid hour of wrestling. It wasn't even an hour-long episode. It was 45 minutes. And it was just really good. Like,
I feel like it has to be a babyface.
Yeah, it does have to be a babyface. I feel like it has to be 2 babyface winners because they got 2 heel winners already.
But like who goes on to fight Buddy Murphy?
Buddy Murphy.
But who's like a babyface in 205 Live? I don't know.
Right now, I don't see any powerful babyfaces, which is the reason why I feel like a heel is going to end up facing Buddy Murphy at Mania. I also
like
feel
heel versus heel, though.
I don't know if they plan on doing it, but I definitely want to see Leo Rush versus Buddy Murphy. That would just be a great match.
Yeah.
On from 205 Live to NXT.
NXT.
I think it's best you start this off because you have like a favorite moment.
Sasha Banks and Bayley, like homecoming. Like, are you kidding me? Like, honestly, I think that was my favorite moment of the entire week. Just to hear the pop that they got at the show, just to be a part of, just to be able to watch, them, return home and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was like really, really, really cool. And like, I've been watching that on repeat. And, I've been trying to think about what I'm going to say to Sasha Banks and Bayley because I'm going to meet them in 36 days. So yeah, that was like my favorite moment of the whole week. It was just really cool to see them return to their roots, really. And the last time they were both in an NXT ring together was Takeover Respect, in a match that was just absolutely incredible.
Easily probably the most iconic women's match in the history of wrestling.
Even though I think Takeover Brooklyn is still better.
Right.
Takeover Respect really built on a lot of their spots, and I'm not gonna keep going for that long, but a lot of the spots built on those. Yeah, right. It was just honestly just awesome. I think it was just great.
And then we go into Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne versus Tainara Conti and Xia Li.
I remember Tainara Conti.
Xia Li is amazing, and she is gonna be a problem when she blossoms, and she's already a problem. Super quick, super good strikes.
She is awesome.
I love watching her wrestle. I love watching Tainara Conti as well, but Tainara had some really good spots as far as like her submission holds and things like that. But Xia Li is just like too quick, too powerful, and just too good. Like, love watching her. And then we go into Dominic Dijakovic, told you that's his name, versus Keith Lee. And
his name is Donovan Dijak.
And that is his name. But Keith Lee is definitely a cruiserweight, high key, low key.
He's a cruiserweight in like Fat Boy SSE's body. Like,
that's actually mad funny. But he's limitless.
He's a cruiserweight in Rick Ross's body.
No, don't come at Rick.
Rick Ross be eating his pears.
Don't come at Keith like that.
I'm not coming at him.
That's my bro. Like,
I'm not coming at him.
So then, but what you gonna say?
Coming at him?
No, it's not. I mean, it's Rick though. Like, nobody associates help. Well, I'm not gonna get into that.
But he been eating his pears.
That's true. But so I mean, going from that, we go into, I guess it's cool to talk about the main event, which is Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim. Great main event between the two ladies. Mia Yim is another woman. I feel like the more that we get these non-title women's matches in NXT, the more that kind of reinforces the fact that the NXT women's division is in good hands.
Yeah.
There are a lot of talented women who have yet to be pushed or yet to be seen, who are just going to be great in the ring.
We just started liking Mia Yim because, Bianca Belair just started really liking Mia Yim. So I just started liking her. I only like her if Bianca likes her. So Bianca just started tag teaming with her and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay,
so they cool. If they cool, then
I'm cool with her
now.
now. I mean, I've always liked Mia Yim. I'm just, kayfabe, guys, kayfabe.
Now, and Shayna wins that match, and I think that's a very, very important match for her to win because it kind of shows her gritty, aggressive side even more and just makes her just that much of a better heel and a better heel champ.
Right. I think the biggest moment though would probably be the opening segment with Johnny and Tommaso.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not aware, Johnny came out. He lost the North American Championship last week to the Velveteen Dream and kind of hung his head down a little bit. And then Ciampa kind of came out and said, I can't help but notice you're only successful when I'm by your side. Kind of
him.
Brings up the fact that the Dusty Cup is coming up and that they should enter together. And now we have heel DIY going into the Dusty Tag Team Classic. Now, this tag team,
you dirty son of a...
Now, this is going to be very, very interesting because I know the spoilers. But in addition to that, this team, the Undisputed Era, Street Profits, Mustache Mountain, they're all going to be in the tournament. So it's definitely stacked, and it's going to be a great tournament, and I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to it. But that kind of wraps up this NXT episode. Now, what I am going to ask, well, I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to say, I believe that this week's programming from Monday through Wednesday was WWE's best week of programming.
In the past couple of weeks, well, yeah, considering we hit record lows in December and that episode after Survivor Series to be probably one of the worst episodes of Monday Night Raw of all time and just pure garbage. But, honestly, I agree. I think that this week was actually pretty great. You always know you're going to get a pretty good, you always know you're going to get a great show with NXT. You always know you're going to get a pretty good show with 205 Live. SmackDown is usually the better show out of Raw and SmackDown.
But we didn't expect Raw to be this good.
I did not expect Raw. Raw wasn't oh my God, this show is great. But Raw was not, Raw was really easy to watch this week. It was a lot easier to watch. A lot of times Raw is just really a chore to get through. And, they really kept me because I almost turned it off.
Right.
But then Bayley, Bayley and Sasha, Sashiana Grande came out at the end of, basically the end of the show.
Yeah.
So it was just okay, I guess I have to watch because Sasha did that ponytail. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know.
And I think we can attribute this because recently WWE rehired Bruce Pritchard back into a creative role.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see his impact already because we got a product that was easy to watch, fast paced and just engaging for the casual wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's having any role in SmackDown, but like this fast paced show energy, things just keep hitting you and things just keep coming.
And don't allow you time to rest.
Exactly.
Just, let's keep going.
And that's what's making Raw so engaging and so fun to watch. And I think that especially when you have a 3-hour show, that's just something that just kind of needs to happen. You just need to keep going. But yeah, I thought that this week was a really good week in WWE programming. Also, 3 things. We mentioned last week that Ty Dillinger got released or had asked for his release. Well, shortly thereafter, it was confirmed that Ty Dillinger has been released, that Hideo Itami was officially released, and that
Suicide, Monique, that guy who was the first ever cruiserweight champion. Oh, I don't know his name.
Tijapub, he got released. The guy that said that women shouldn't main event WrestleMania.
He said what?
He said that Brock and Seth should main event instead of Becky and Ronda.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I mean, he would want them to main event. It's not like you're ever gonna get there.
See,
just saying.
But
oh man, I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be saying that because what if I never get there? Oh wait, I know I'll get there.
But the problem more so with TJP was just that he got released because he got fired. He got fired. He had an attitude backstage.
A lot of people said he had like an ego.
He got tattoos, and it's just like, fam,
that he didn't get approved.
Yeah. And you can't do that when you're on screen and you're given a gimmick and you don't.
That's why I'm getting all of my tattoos that I want before I get to WWE. And then if I get another tattoo, it's going to be someplace that's covered by my gear so that I don't have to hear it.
Right. But anyway, I think that kind of wraps up this week's episode.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that. What happened?
Before we wrap up, I have 2 things that I want to say really quickly. Right? First off, shout out to Shay Says for shining a light. Shine a light on him. Shine a light on him. Hey. Okay, I'm done. My little, because my little fake light. Shout it out, Jay the Creative over here. Shout it out the show. Make sure you go check out her YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Shay Says, hashtag 2 S's not 1. Make sure you follow her on Instagram at Shay Says. Again, 2 S's not 1. But you already knew that. And if you need it to be spelled out for you, because I know sometimes it's really hard to spell.
SHAYSS.
No. See, you missed it too. SHAYSSAYSS.
I'm a bug out. I'm sorry.
Shay Says. See?
But yeah, be sure to go follow that.
He got shouted out.
And be sure to... I hate you. So be sure to go follow that and follow all culture outlets. And what else?
My second announcement is I have an announcement to make.
Oh yeah, he does have an announcement to make very soon. So just be locked on his pages.
Yes, follow me. You already know it'll be at the beginning. But if you want, who's Angelo Carter on Instagram, the Angelo Carter on Twitter. I have a big announcement very soon, probably at the end of this month, and I'm excited.
So yeah, follow Shay Says, follow Angelo Carter everywhere, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 107 for our Fast Lane prediction.
Oh yeah, Fast Lane is next week. There's a lot.
We'll see you guys.
Happening.
Yeah, there is a lot happening. So we'll see you guys next week.